Hey, boys and girls. This is going to be a lesson going over your I can statements for the week in math. So, this week we're going to be working with units of measure. And we measure things, all different kinds of things, in different ways. Some things we measure their weight, some things we measure the distance of, some things we measure the length or the width. There's all different kinds of units that we use when we measure things. So we in America, we like to use standard units or a customary unit system. But in lots of other places in the world, they use this thing called the metric system. And we're going to learn about both systems this week of units. And eventually, we're going to be able to compare them and convert things in our US system over to a metric system measurement. So it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of practice. But this week, you're going to be learning a lot about measurements. So these are your I can statements. And I'm going to ask you to repeat after me in a couple different places. So let me read it first. And the point of this statement is to give you something to say to make the standard or the lesson topic meaningful to you. So if I just told you, hey guys, we're going to learn about measurement this week, you might think, oh, I know how to measure something with a ruler, or I know how to measure something by looking at it. Well, this statement is going to make it make sense for you. And this is something that you should hopefully be able to say in 3 weeks when we're finished with these topics and we move on to new topics. So the I can statement is, we're going to look at this first one here. I can identify relative sizes of measurements within one system of units. So I want you to repeat after me. I can identify relative sizes of measurements within one system of units. Great job. Now let's go down to this second I can statement. This one's a little bit longer because I typed in some things here. And in this I can statement, you'll hear some of those terms from the metric system. You'll hear terms from our system as well, the standard units or the customary unit system. That's what we're using. So I can identify the relative size of measure of km, which stands for kilometers, or some people might say kilometers, m, which stands for meter or meters, cm, which stands for centimeters, kg, which is kilograms or kilograms, g, which stands for gram or grams, lb, which stands for pound, oz, which stands for ounces, L, which stands for liters, ml, which stands for milliliters, an hour, which is represented with HR, min, which represents minute or minutes, and sec for seconds. So you're going to repeat after me. I can identify the relative size of measures of kilometers and meters and centimeters and kilograms and grams, pounds and ounces, liters and milliliters, and hours, minutes, and seconds. Perfect. Great job. So these are the two I can statements that you'll be focusing on this week, and we'll be learning lots of different ways to learn how to measure things. And we're going to be learning about different units and about different ways that we can measure things.